All right, leave me alone. I'm English. All right, you should know it by now. LG E6, game one underway, and we're heading to Valk. And it's so good to have Jack back in the venue.
If only he could replace Rich full time.
Yeah, it'd be great, but he's not the only legend back. I know we had Mr. X here yesterday. Shout out to him. I know Rambo Ray, he's in the house. He's going to be hopping on the desk.
I saw Christopher Puckett last night.
You saw Puckett too? We have so many big names, so many Anaheim legends. Of course, Rambo won the first ever MLG Anaheim back in 2009, so great to have him there. I know Merck's probably still in the VIP lounge. He's been 1v1 and people winning.
He's undefeated. They haven't given away a TV yet. And I did see that he did wind up beating Rambo Way in that 1v1, I think 15-12.
Yeah, but Ray didn't warm up and he had a light in his eye, so it didn't really count. Anyway, back to this one. E6 currently do have the lead, 37-4. So a good start for E6. In terms of your prediction, though, you didn't actually give anything other than a game 5.
I said LG was going to take it game 5.
Oh, LG game 5?
Yep, absolutely. Even though Search and Destroy has been by far their weakest game mode, I feel like, once again, every game these guys play together, they just get more comfortable with one another, and they just improve as a roster.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. As it stands, LG are getting a little bit of time back here on the operations bunker. E6 has to try and break from the front door. General first one in. Abizi finds the nade kill on Formal. That should open the door. Hardpoint now can currently be contested. John finds one. Find anything else? No, he falls, and luckily teammates there to trade.
And it was a slow start for LG, but they're starting to find their rhythm here on the operations bunker. You have JCap starting to get his hot hand. He's on a 2-spree, but take a look at Enigma6, Abizi. He's been the standout performer from some of the games I've seen from E6. He has a strong start here at 8-4.
Most definitely does. But despite the strong start, no streaks have been earned from either side. Keeping my eyes out on Formal, of course. It is strange, he said it himself, being heard as LG Formal, a very different thing to, of course, here, but seems to be settling into his new home rather well. As it stands, he's currently 5-6. General 4-6. He's going to go 5-6 himself now. Just a 20-point game as we head over to Storage Bunker.
And every hard point that we have here on Valkyrie, there's the potential to lock it down for the full time. If you get that right setup going, find the proper kills in transition, things could just wind up going your way, and you can milk a lot of time here. And General's in a great spot here to find some kills as LG are trying to rotate back inside the hard point, but it's Formal to shut him down from behind. It's Beezy inside the hard point, though. He is not missing a bullet. Shuts down JCap, connects with the headshot on the Formal. He's leading his team to try to take the lead once again in this game.
A good streak so far. 2 kills in the hill. Jumps out, finds the third, but can he propel to get some streaks? That's the question. Formal's in his way. Formal wins the gunfight. However, E6 still in the hill. As I say that, LG walks straight through. 20 seconds left. I know you said you expected some tacos from game 1, but that isn't looking likely.
Listen, LG's about to go on a 180-0 run here.
Right.
Just to scare yourself some tacos. But look, LG, they're in a good position right now for this office hardpoint, right? They're controlling the loading dock side of the storage bunker, which means that when they spawn up, they're going to be essentially right next to where JCap is right now. JCap has a lot of work to do because he's the only person in position to fight for some early control of that new hardpoint, and it's E6 picking up all the kills. It's crucial that Formal stays alive in this position because you see where all of his teammates are located. They're trying to set up a pinch on that side office alley.
Well, as you said, could really be a pain here for E6 to deal with. First in, not gonna matter. Sender finds the pick. Full time currently going over to LG. It's capping the hill. He falls. General wins a gunfight as well against John. And John, historically, every time you see him on a hardpoint Valk, tends to pop off. He really does have big games, but currently just 12-10 as Sender buys himself just that extra few seconds, just waiting to see if anyone else was going to follow through slacked after not checking that corner. And E6, they have the lead once again.
Yeah, we respect the trigger discipline, right? It's a play that, you know, it's low risk, high reward. You know, you're just sitting in a corner, let the guy run by. If there are more players, then potentially a chance for him to get straight out. But along comes a wild slack. He picks up 3 kills inside the hard point, shuts down Sender from earning those score streaks. And also take a look at E6. Diabolic, he's off to a slow start in this game, 6-14. Sure, it's slightly mitigated by the fact that Abizi is currently 17-9, the lead slayer by far in this game, along with 41 seconds inside the hard point. But you figure it's only a matter of time before somebody like Diabolic starts to heat up. He has the potential to be such an explosive player.
Most definitely does. I mean, Slack was a slow start until he pumped that 3-piece, but this is the danger that you have if you're an E6 fan. Formal heating up. You know, you look at some of the performances he's had recently, and it's kind of been maybe a good start and then a slow mid-game, and then tends to finish well. You've seen that Formal-like performance that you've seen for the past 3 years late game. Can he be consistent? Can he give us that through the mid-game? This is where we find out.
Well, keep in mind, he's implemented into a brand new system here on Luminosity, and from what I've been hearing, that they're trying to mold Formal into playing it exactly how Octane played it. Even though they're both main AR players and they're both phenomenal at their own role, there are these stylistic differences that both these players have, so it's going to take Formal a little bit of time, but I feel like he's still getting acclimated, and like I keep saying, every game they play, they continue to get better.
They most definitely do. As it stands, they have themselves a 30-point lead. So smokestacks about to end, and Formal, we said, keep your eyes out for him mid-game. 16 and 10, 3 kills, 54 seconds of hill time, working towards some streaks as well. Really the key, but not gonna happen. It's General who has managed to have those gunfights pretty consistently now with Formal, shutting him down from those big streaks. And the question is now, can General try and get himself some streaks? Well, guess who it is that shuts him down? It's Formal.
Yep, Formal has the hot hand right now. The lead slayer for his team, the most positive as well. We've seen the type of damage that man can do when he turns up. He could take over games just completely on his own, alongside his teammate John as well. John's been a playmaker all season long for Luminosity, but despite all that, it's still a very close game between both these teams. As this final tick comes in, it's going to be E6 tying the game up and now taking the lead. aBeZy has yet to slow down in this game, and he's bought his team so much breathing room from each and every hardpoint. Just the aggression that he's bringing to the table and the fact that he's winning the majority of this engagement.
Here's the scary thing, though. Can he continue at this pace for the rest of the game? If he can, great, wonderful. E6 are in for a great chance, but if he slows down just a little bit and you don't see maybe a bit of a step up here from Diabolic, even Center. I mean, Center's playing very well, 13 and 11 at minute 13, but if aBeZy does slow down, someone else has to pick up the kills he's currently getting.
Yep, absolutely agree with you there, Ben. And speaking of aBeZy, he gets shut down as he's coming along the flank by Formal. It's a clean wipe for Luminosity. Everybody falls for E6, and now they should know where the spawns are coming in. Formal looking towards that back entrance of the operations bunker. He gets shut down, but along comes John, who finds 2. But nothing more after that. So E6 break on in. It's going to be JCap here trying to follow up some kills. He gets stuck by aBeZy's grenade. And both these teams trading kills back and forth. But keep in mind where this next upcoming hardpoint is. As time starts to dwindle down, you're going to see these teams start to focus more towards that bottom half of the map.
Unbelievably close game so far. 160 to 155. E6 looking to find the final 19 seconds here of Operation Bunker. Formal with a couple of gunfights to be taken. Could be 3. Not going to happen. aBeZy with a double. General with the 3rd. And E6 starting to pull away a little bit here in this second rotation.
Yep, but not by much. Only a 20-point lead. If Luminosity could find their way on this rotation over towards the upcoming storage bunker, it could certainly aid them. Slack has a big job to do here, trying to stay alive desperately for his team, as everybody else is over towards the smokestack side of the map. Unfortunately for Slack, he doesn't spawn out there. He spawns right on top of his teammates, so they're all grouped up and they can push in all together into this hardpoint. But along the flank, it's going to be Diabolic. Even though LG are finding kills inside the hardpoint, here comes Diabolic, finds one, make it 2. Now JCap left alone inside the hardpoint, and look at the spawns incoming for Luminosity towards that top half side of the map. They're now so far away from storage bunker.
And that could have been a fantastic juggle from the hill there as well from Diabolic. After coming around the flank, finding those kills, getting the plus 100, could have potentially equated to streaks, but we haven't seen any streaks whatsoever from E6, despite some of the players getting on 3, 4 kill streaks, just not being able to convert them. 23 seconds left on storage bunker, however, and it's E6, 197 to 165 point lead. Can they break through? Formal versus Sender essentially on the hill. Who's going to win the gunfight for the final 13? It's going to be Formal, and Formal now just 90 points away from its first streak.
You'd love to see Formal just slow down a little bit, post up maybe inside that storage bunker window and try to see if you could pick anybody off rotating around through the middle of the map. Capture points would be nice too, but he's just too far removed from the action here, as he's just trying to rotate around, looking for positioning to work with. Might get flanked here. Yeah.
It's General again.
Slow down a little bit there. Just play some corners, pre-aim everywhere you're going. Formal unable to earn the streaks there, and that allows Enigma6 to maintain its 30-point lead.
The question, though, who's going to find the early hill time in office? LG should be good. E6 are going to have to fight their way through. 40 seconds left. It's 202, 180 game. Plenty of time here for LG to pick up some hill time, bring themselves back into the game, potentially take the lead. John, first line of defense for LG, trying to hunt down General, will find the kill. His 30th of the game, by the way, as he looks to try and get back in the hill, maybe earn a couple of kills, extra points, work towards some streaks of his own.
Yeah, another opportunity here for Luminosity to earn some score streaks as we look ahead in this game. That smokestack's hardpoint that's upcoming, you know, a glide bomb, even an artillery barrage, could have a huge effect. It's the only hardpoint on this map that's not blocked by cover. Now, as we hop over to Formal, player right around the corner. Good anticipation from Formal. That's why you check your corners, kids. Nice shots from him. As 3 fall for Enigma6, it's Luminosity surging in.
And it's worth mentioning what could make this LG squad so deadly. The AR of Formal and the sub of John. Formal about to reach 30 kills. John 32 and 24. A Let's Go LG chant breaks out here at Anaheim as LG desperately need to try and break into smokestacks. E6, they can't win it here, but my God, they're going to get a big lead. John fully streaked out, though, and he may be forced to invest them straight away.
Okay, so he looks like he's going to call in the artillery barrage right at the exit of that storage bunker hardpoint. Only one player there for Enigma6, but it's just an avenue that's blocked off, and this is how score streaks could have an impact on a map like Valkyrie, just forcing the opposing team to fight from an angle that they don't necessarily want to fight from, forcing them through different small choke points around the map. The glide bomb gets called and connects there onto a BZ. John taking over the game in the late game.
Yeah, this is exactly what you want to see. Formal didn't slow down. John never slowed down either. A 9 streak for him. Reigns in the fighter pilot, and with just 3 more points needed, LG will go ahead and take map 1 versus Enigma6.
LG looking good here, and this is an important one for them. You got to keep that in mind. They're definitely off to a slower start in Anaheim than they would have liked. They're off to a slower start as a new team than they would have liked, and we were looking at Enigma6 to potentially make waves here. Was this LG just looking good, or do we need to see more coming out of Enigma6, Revan?
Could be a bit of a combination of both. I mean, we were pointing out a BZ on the side of Enigma6. He didn't slow down at any point in that game. He was continuing to perform, but Diabolic never really started to heat up. He had a rough game 1 there, but it was a back and forth game all game long, and until Formal continues to heat up, and then John takes over in the late game. That's really the difference maker there. Once he gets those streaks, the game's over.
Not even remotely close to seeing tacos there, Jack.
Rich, I don't know why you bring that up with me.
I ask everyone the question that I feel like they're the most prepared to answer. That's the way that we keep the desk moving as smoothly as possible.
You were right this time. That's really what I was looking for. No surprise to see John go off on a map like Valkyrie. It's where you think a submachine gun player should excel. Either way, I think Formal really hit the nail on the head prior to this. Formal's someone that can grind more than almost anybody, whether people are watching or not watching. And I know that the interviews that came out with Scump and Krim after how everything went at Optic, I know he wasn't a big fan of certain things that were said. The only way you can beat out those sayings is by, well, proving it on the stage, and it's a great start for LG there.
And it's been rough as well. It's not like it's just been this massive fairy tale, right?
No.
We saw LG versus Optic in the league, and everyone had that storyline in mind, and it didn't end well for LG. They've had their bumps, but hopefully here at Anaheim, they can kind of get past that, and we can see that full force LG, which everyone expects, because to Jack's point, I mean, Formal's one of the greatest AR players to ever grace console esports.
Let's talk about LG, though, and SND. They're going to be heading to London Docks next against Enigma6. Revan, what has the story of LG SND truly been?
Well, traditionally, this has been like their only good S&D map throughout the year, but I will say London Docks and Valkyrie are both like straightforward S&D maps. There's not like a ton of strategy that LG could implement here. It's more of like a straight up kind of game for those maps, so I think those are actually going to work in their favor, because you heard Slacked when this team first came together and Jess was interviewing them, right? We haven't practiced Search and Destroy at all, and that was very worrying for me coming into stage 2. Obviously, a bit of time has passed since then, but still their weakest game mode.
And LG have a ton of pocket strats on a map like London Docks. We've seen it time and time again. John isn't scared of going lower docks with a sniper rifle. He loved it when Octane would go beers and they would just rush mid-map. Then John would have free map control to basically do whatever he wants. The big thing with their Search and Destroy was would Formal just directly swap in for Octane? Almost the same question that we had in Hardpoint. We've seen them play on London Docks. It doesn't feel as clicked and as if their chemistry was as 100% as it once was. And that's what worries me. Against a team like E6, Search and Destroy, I expect them to take it.
You guys are so confident in LG here. I called 3-1 LG to win the series. This is the map they're losing, folks.
I just said
at least Jack's ego is still intact.
Revan was wrong. Ben was right. Ben was right. Revan was wrong.
Guys, we're going to jump
That's a rarity.
Never wrong.
We're getting into the S&D here. Into map number 2. LG going to be leading by 1. Will Enigma6 be able to tie it up?
We want tacos.
It's Search and Destroy, Jack. There's no 100-point club in Search. He's only been gone a couple of months and he's already forgot, and now he's been muted. Don't worry. He'll be back after the map, that's for sure. Anyway, E6, attacking side, round number 1. After a well-fought game of Hardpoint, Revan, it's important they come out early here and try to assert a little bit of dominance.
Keep an eye on that smoke grenade that blocks off the line of sight from the defenders. By the way, that's a sick first blood coming in for Formal. Just rips the head right off his center. Now he can potentially flank right around into this A bomb site. The avenue is wide open. The remaining 3 players for Enigma6, they're all grouped up inside of the site. The objective is going down, and Formal's just waiting for his teammates to rotate on over before they decide to pinch on in. And Formal has the perfect avenue of attack right here.
Yeah, they have all the information they need now on E6's position, and Formal lethally
E6 have zero cover to work with.
Nope.
They're just going to die.
Just like that, you mean?
Yeah, just like that. I mean, you saw it from Formal's point of view as he's peeking in through like the train side window. You see through the X-ray vision, both Enigma6 players, they were two over at the opposite side doorway, just kind of swapping back and forth. Like, what are you planning to do in that position? You have no cover to work with. You have no exit strategy. You just get pinched on in, and 2 free kills. The remaining member was kind of trapped on the lower side docks. I feel like every time you attack over towards that A bomb site, you need somebody kind of pushed out, like roaming over towards the red train, keeping an eye on the flank, and also watching your side window.
Yeah, I think Formal getting that first blood almost trapped E6 inside the site, and they thought, well, let's just try and go for a plant. It would have been nice if they could have pushed back out almost just to try and cover that lane, if you will. As it stands, Cap with bomb. He's got a 2 streak as well, and this is the kind of setup that I was talking about. John pushes mid-map, Formal's directly behind him, and I mean, you know, there's not very many ARs you don't trust. Formal definitely one you do trust for that mid-map fight. This time, however, it's E6 that get the better of them. Slack left in a 1v3, not gonna win it. Round to E6.
This round really comes down to the fact that John was unable to execute on that first blood opportunity right there onto Diabolic. But for future offensive rounds, E6 are going to have to respect that mid push. We were talking about it coming into this game. LG, they're well coordinated with their smoke grenades. They have one go down over towards that A bomb site cross over near the B domination area, and they could also place one right there, as you saw it, towards that gate cut to block off that fire line of sight.
Right.
Allows John to push right on through. And look, the opportunity was there. He could have won that engagement onto Diabolic, which would have left one defending player alive over towards the B site. LG could have then swarmed on in after. But like I said, for future defensive rounds, Enigma6 have to respect that push.
Most definitely do. Formal versus General, the gunfight that we were so used to seeing in the hardpoint. We get a glimpse at it as John just beams a BZ, for lack of a better word. So first blood in favor of LG. Once again, this time, what will E6 do? Of course, they are on the attacking side. They need to get that bomb down, and as of right now, Revan, 0 map control.
Yep. Just trying to feel each other out. And the worrying thing for E6 here is, like, who could help each other out? You have one player underground, you have one player push out over towards the A site, and you have one player inside beer. Like, if somebody, like, gets 2-man push here, there's no help, no aid whatsoever. No trade potential, but Diabolic might be gifted a free kill right here. Yep. Catches J-Cat with his pants on, so that swings the man advantage in favor of Enigma6 and also opens up avenue of attack over towards this B-bomb site.
Bear in mind how this round started. It was LG with the first blood, and E6 with pretty much nowhere to go. All of a sudden, the B-bomb site does open up just a tad. Keep your eye on number 8. We'll actually go to his POV. That's going to be Slack from LG. Recognizing, well, we don't really have much control. There's no way they're at A. They have to be at B. Repositions mid-map. Will he find line of sight? Formal on the flank. Not going to find the first pick, so at least like 1v3 again. Not going to win it. E6 with the advantage.
Yeah, getting caught sprinting like that if you're Formal is always frustrating, right? You know the situation you're in. The bomb gets planted over here at the B-bomb site, and you're just trying to get information over towards the front side of Cole. Unfortunately, as soon as he turns the corner sprinting, he gets cut down. So it's a solid round for Enigma6. They bounce back despite getting first blooded there. And they take the lead, now up by 1 round. Take a look at the score lines here. Slacked. He had a pretty quiet first game hard point, and he's starting off pretty quiet here in the Search and Destroy at 0-2.
Yeah, he did. And a couple of opportunities to clutch up as well. It's the second 1v3 he has been in, so definitely not having the advantage. And now John, he is going to pull out that sniper rifle. Go lower docks. Watch the cross.
Does Abizi have an airborne class?
I would assume so.
Yeah, yep. John was not waiting for the timing. Paradox, I'm so sorry. I made you jump with John right there, and you missed the snipe.
Either way, he falls. 2 kills for LG this round. John mid-map.
Paradox isn't
missing that one. And that round goes to LG. Nicely played.
And as I was saying, John is usually pretty in tune on when that player is going to cross over towards the A-bomb site, but because Abizi's rocking airborne, you saw John, even while he was aiming, he was like, wait, what the hell? That guy's crossing already. Abizi with an opportunity there to maybe hit some timing, but John knew exactly what was up.
It's funny because there's a few players I can think of that when they play against John, they respect his snipe. Prestini, one of them, he tends to kind of do a bit of a stutter before he crosses just to try and confuse John on those timings. Airborne, definitely another way of doing that.
Yeah, the idea for Prestini, right, is he wants to show like his gun barrel and then back up to try to bait the shot and make it known that it's 100% safe to cross into the bomb site. But because he also delays himself into getting there, it opens up an opportunity for the offense to get initial positioning. Grenade does connect there for John, but no damage done. Trying to push on forward is LG. They're getting a bit aggressive here, and everybody's stacked up here for Enigma6, and well, that's a team kill.
John was almost just trying to peek at the right time, but Cat makes up for it, finds a BZ, knows General's inside Cole, not going to be able to find that pick, but he has slacked in support, so ultimately the team kill may not matter too much, and E6 recognize, hey, we have to get out of here. This is not a spot we want to be in, and instantly Diabolic rotates out.
Okay, so it's a 2v3 situation here for Enigma6. They do have the bomb under their control, but 0 map presence whatsoever. You just have somebody lingering around inside beer, bomb carrier holding over near underground. Formal with an opportunity maybe to see Diabolic, and he's just playing this right, looking for information. Unfortunately, can't see down low, but okay, Diabolic, yeah, that's a kill you got to get, buddy.
Yeah. Most definitely is. Sender, 1v2. 28 seconds left. Can you produce the goods? Last seen at the B site, trying to wrap away, but really have time to make this play. Note, very, very loud, and I'm pretty sure that's going to be picked up. LG back with the advantage, 3-2.
And that's a tough thing these days in Search and Destroy is, loud footsteps late in these rounds. It's a bit unsettling to switch over to that mountain division because you won't be able to be safe and counter the stun grenades or the lethal grenades that are thrown at you. So it's a tough decision to make, but I can't really blame them for doing either or.
It's interesting because we often see those late rotations, right? 40 seconds left, the attacking team needs to just try and wrap it up to a different site, but when you're so loud, it's so easy to get that information on the defensive side of things.
Absolutely. Slack now starting to heat up in this game. I called him out a little bit, starting off 0-2. Well, he's on a 3 spree now, certainly getting involved in the action as Luminosity find themselves back on offense here. Early shots being shot out by Formal, but it's John with the first blood here, and this is what he's able to do for his team. He's got 3 first bloods in this game, 5 total kills.
And again, it's the nades from LG mid-map, which means Sender can't peek, so it gives John that extra couple of seconds to get map control, so when eventually the peek does come through, John's already there, sitting pretty, ready to go for the challenge. Now you have General 1v3, doesn't even matter. LG executing their search and destroy London dock strats to almost perfection, it seems. Good play. Formal, of course, with your bronze star here as he finds the final pick, General mid-map. And LG starting to build a bit of a cushion here in the search.
And just like I highlighted coming to this series, London Dock Search and Destroy has been a solid search map all year long for Luminosity.
Yeah.
All their strats really kind of play around John trying to open things up with the first blood, and then they play situationally from then on out. And you could clearly tell, their grenade placement has been great all game long. But now it's going to be Enigma6 on the offensive side of things. You got a couple players on LG. It's a combined 6-3 between all of them, working towards some streaks. Still a bit further away, but as this round progresses, the opportunity's there for these guys to earn them. Early shots exchanged by both teams. No kills made just yet.
And that was interesting because Slack thought about going in the site. Instead, he went straight through the middle. Is he going to be able to get behind enemy lines? Not going to happen. Sender with a pick. Formal turns around and BZ's there. Cap now left trying to find a pick. Finds the assist instead. 3v2 in favor of E6. Bomb is, of course, going down. Now, we've seen them in this exact situation earlier on in the game.
Yeah, I was about to say the exact same thing. LG, they do a great job of clearing out the flank here, and this kind of traps the remaining E6 members inside the bomb site. Cap, he's going to free him around all these corners. Can't win the 1v1 versus General, so now it's all up to John, and he's playing on the other side of the map. His back towards the outskirts of the map. Peeking around, does spot Diabolic, and now General, all he has to do is reposition. With 20 seconds remaining, they have John trapped. This is going to be an Enigma 6-round win, just like that. They clear up John, and now they bring it to within 1 round.
Good response, but they need to do it again. Tie things up, get it to a 4-4 game. John, of course, no streak progression there. Didn't really have to worry about too much. Go for the miracle play. Why not? It really didn't work out in their favor. Heading into the next round, of course, curious to see if E6 can tie things up. It is going to be, I believe, LG back on the attacking side now. What strat are they going to try and execute? Is John still going to pull out that snipe? Maybe check that lower dock cross. Well, it looks like actually he's just going to head straight up towards that B site.
Okay, so it's going to be in a B-bomb side assault here for Luminosity. It's going to be a BZ working alongside Diabolic here on the defense. See if they can find the kills in their favor. No, Diabolic gets first blooded once again. John make it 2 quick kills for him to open up this round. Formal here for the trade there onto Sender. And we played like 15 seconds in this round, and General's locked in a 1v4.
And that's twice LG have done the exact same thing over towards the B site. They just flood it, they get first blood.
Nice
from there, it's relatively simple. General's been left in a couple of 1v3s. That, of course, a 1v4 makes it a 1v3. But with 37 seconds left, I mean, time is against you. He's hitting some nice shots, but he's not going to find the final pick. Of course, he's probably going to expect someone to be underground. One player close to his right. Cap's still on the bomb. He's expecting that second challenge to come, but it just hasn't just yet. Doesn't matter. Cap peeks up from the site, and LG find the final kill.
Is it the fall damage that winds up picking up here? No, I think J-Cap got that final bullet. But, I mean, Cap in this situation, he's just toying with him, right? No reason to peek on out. You have cover from both your teammates. It's up to General to force the issue through the gate alley. And such a narrow choke point, tough to make a play happen there. Now Luminosity, 1 round away from closing out the search and destroy and going up 2-0 in the series.
Yep, looking good for them, and of course, good for your prediction as well there, Revin. You said you had faith in LG executing here on London Dock Search and Destroy, and they haven't disappointed. A few moments where you could look at E6 not playing the best, specifically right now, at least Diabolic 1 and 6. Had a slow start to the hard point, and the search hasn't been much better. Abizi 6-6. A couple of kills do come through. Diabolic drops again. Slack looking to try and make something happen, but Abizi, I believe that's 3 kills this round. He's working towards the ace. It's Slack versus General. Slack is in a horrible position. General's picking up that kill every single day of the week. E6, stay alive.
All right, it's a solid offensive round here for Enigma6, as they're staying alive for at least one more round here on London docks, and they knew Slack was lower docks the entire time. General just repositioned and just waited for him to peek on back up. They knew that Slack had to come out from the low ground at one point or another in that round, and they're there lingering and waiting. So going into round number 10, still do or die here for Enigma6. And look, if you're Luminosity, a large part that you've been able to build this lead is thanks to John and his 4 first bloods.
This definitely is. LG back on the attacking side, and if you're E6, you're probably worried about that B strat LG have ran a fair few times. Smoke on the cross. Is that going to bait out General to maybe being too aggressive? Instead, he's going to slow down. Bomber, of course, is making his way over to that B side.
All right. Luminosity now setting up their attack. Abizi still working alongside Diabolic, and if you're Diabolic, you just need to stay alive. It's going to be Abizi here to play the initial contact. Here comes John out through lights. A big first play here, burning with 6 goes for his second as well. Abizi with 2 quick kills. Now, if he wants to push on through, he could isolate the bomb carrier here in JCap. Formal does wind up picking up the trade, but JCap falls in the process. And speaking of Formal, it's all up to him in a 1v3.
Now, note, the streak Abizi is currently on 5. It would be great if, let's just say, Formal was able to plant the bomb, and maybe Abizi was able to get the kill, and also the defuse. They know Formal's there. Abizi just wants to kill instead. They haven't pinned. Formal definitely going to be one shot. Are they going to dedicate to the challenge, though?
So something that I don't see players do often is using the concussion grenade to delay the healing from the opponent. Right there, Formal was one shot. Abizi could have tossed out the concussion just to delay the healing from Formal and just keep him one shot for a longer period of time.
Make sure he can't peek, can't push. Basically, keep him dead to rights for just that extra few seconds. Definitely something which players should start considering, for sure. But this one is going the distance. It's going to be a round 11 on the main stage. E6 versus LG. And Abizi is now just 1 pick away from streaks. And it's curious because if he keeps his aggression up, there's a chance he may just get traded out, so the streaks wouldn't even be a factor. How do you play this if you're Abizi?
Oh, well, they give him bombs, so playing around him, going for the bomb plan. And look, our expert analyst in Jack said that Enigma6 would win this game. And it all comes down to this final round. Abizi does get stunned up entering the bomb site. You see Luminosity over towards the minimap and through the X-ray vision, setting up towards the opposite side window. Abizi takes some grenade damage, has to stay alive. These streaks could win the game for E6.
Can he get the plant, though? That's the question. LG know they're here. The Jiggle Peaks, Slacked has been spotted. And Formal actually shuts down Diabolic. A 1 and 8 map from him. Not good enough at all. Abizi looking for just that pick. Even if it comes in the form of Slack cap mid-map, he has Sender pinned, but Sender did find John. So 3v3. The problem is Formal still on that steps. It stops E6 from wrapping out of that site and maybe going over towards B.
Well, speaking of Formal, he does get gunned there by Abizi, who earns the glide bomb and wasting no time to call this one in. Is there a player who can isolate? Looking around me. Who am I connecting on the Slack? Yes, he does. And now it's all down to JCap, a 1v2 for the map.
30 seconds left. E6 have Abizi and General up. Cap, can you produce the goods when the pressure's on? Spots Abizi, makes it a 1v1. Time on JCap's side. He's just waiting for his health to regen. General waiting, peeking. Cap for the 1v2, and he's gonna clutch up! And LG in emphatic fashion go 2-0 up in the series.
What a read from JCap at the end there. Plays it to perfection. You saw him holding the corner, thinking that General might push through for the challenge, and you thought Call of Duty time was going to work against him. For a brief moment, he peeked away over towards the B domination area, thinking that maybe he's going to wrap from the streak, but turns around at just the right moment, wins the one-on-one, despite Abizi getting fully streaked out at the end thanks to the bomb plant. He doesn't have time to call anything in, and it's Luminosity now comfortably up 2-0 in the series.
Abizi was so confident when he went for the challenge on JCap. JCap reminds him just who he is, a phenomenal individual. And of course, with that 1v2, now gives LG the 2-0 lead in the series. Enigma6 back against the wall. Can they fight back in CTF? Find out after this.
Hey guys, Jess here with another update on the open bracket. So currently we are playing in the losers bracket round 8, and here are the teams that are competing for that spot in the championship losers bracket. The lineups are going to be Impact Gaming playing Regal Morituri, Lightning Pandas playing Gone Gaming, Heretics versus EZG and Bresh are playing Arctic Esports. So we will be bringing you all the updates as always, and remember, if you want to tweet at us, you can always use the hashtag CWLPS4. For now, back on over to the desk.
Thank you very much, Jess. Yes, the open bracket is still going on. We're going to keep you completely up to date with that, but we also want to see where we're at in this series. LG has been able to pick up the quick 2 wins. Will they be able to make it a quick 3-0? First, we need to take a look at our play of the game brought to us by Scuff. Revan, break this one down for everyone at home.
All right, so here's the situation. Less than 30 seconds remaining as this bomb gets planted, and JCap's left in a 1v2. As Abizi gets that plant off, he does get fully streaked out, but obviously not enough time to call them in. So now JCap's left in a 1v1, and this is just him reading General like a book. Watching the right area, pre-aiming exactly when he needs to, and just straight up wins the 1v1.
Now, it still does go all the way to the round 11, so not the easiest of wins coming in there for LG. And the question I have for you right now, Mudug, is how's LG starting to look in SND? We know how important SND can be up on the main stage, and yes, they are playing against an open bracket team right now, but pretty soon they are going to be playing against the toughest teams in the league.
No, I think LG's getting better and better at search as they go along. When you're a brand new team, it can be very difficult to get your strats lined up, but as they play and get more comfortable with each other, they're only going to get better and better at the game mode.
All right, well, they definitely need to take down this CTF right now. They want the 3-0 casters. Will they be able to find it?
Well, LG find themselves 2-0 up. Like Rich said, they're just a map away from giving the swift 3-0 dispatch of E6. Could this be the turning point in the series, though? We've seen it all year long, Revan. Teams pick up that CTF. It gives them a little bit of momentum, and the next thing you know, you blink your eye and you're casting a Game 5 Search and Destroy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's going to be E6 strike it first here. This is certainly a flag capture for them, and the game plan for Luminosity is just to weather the storm on this side. If you could go into the half, down 1 flag, maybe even tied up, you're in a great position.
And it's worth mentioning, Abizi, 1 kill, 1 flag cap to his name, and you know, despite the result of this, entire series. I think it's worth giving him a ton of props. Game 1, phenomenal. Game 2, extraordinary. Yes, maybe he gets a little bit anxious in that 2v1 challenge, just kept maybe a bit too eager than he should have done, but still phenomenal and a good start here as well in the CTF. Cap, however, looking to respond with potentially a flag of his own, but Slack is chasing Abizi on the OE. He falls. Cap with flag. Looking at that minimap, it's going to be run home sweet home. We're all tied up.
I was getting a little bit worried there that they decided to run the flag through Cole instead of just right down the middle of the map, especially since Abizi spawned out over towards underground. But fortunately, Slack was able to spot him, and now we were just talking about Abizi, potential for him to earn streaks. It's going to be JCap, 50 points away from the glide bomb. On a force free, has that flag capture, but he's taking some fire. Trying to stay alive for the time being, and just looking to reposition. If he could find just one kill, half an assist, he'll earn the glide bomb.
Yep. And you see the way he just kind of slows things down, making sure no one can come from his left. You have to expect players to be over to that fire side of the map, and if you can cross and potentially stop the flag. This is the worry, though. If you play too defensively around your streaks and then you don't even get them and you give away a flag, absolute disaster there for LG and JCap. Sender gonna run this one home.
Well, look, it's so important that when you're on the side that LG's on, you see how they're spawning out over towards that back bricks warehouse. You have to maintain control of fire. If at any point in time you give up control of fire, the other team's able to establish not only the crossfire, but an easy avenue to just run the flag and get immediately behind some cover. And once again, Luminosity find themselves in a situation where they go 3 down. General a 1v1 with the flag. Fortunately for Luminosity, Slack does win this engagement, but had he lost it, it would have been yet another flag cap for E6.
Well, 2.5 minutes still to go here in the first round of this London Docks CTF, and it is E6 with the advantage. No streaks, of course, for Cap. Slack looking to try and get some streaks and extra utility for LG. Doesn't matter, he drops as well. Abizi continuing at the fast pace, pulls the flag once again, and bear in mind he has the least kills on this squad, but he's been putting so much pressure on the flag.
Maybe the least amount of kills, but the most impactful kills so far, right? With the objective hand, kills to open up, you know, an opportunity for them to go for that flagpole. But Luminosity, as well as E6, find themselves both themselves in a situation where they can now stabilize on the map, fight for mid-map control, and look to establish some sort of presence so that they can push on in and go for yet another flagpole opportunity. It's going to be Sender here on your screen, pushing up over towards the crane side of the map. You see there's one defender remaining. It's going to be JCap. He does find 2 crucial kills, but are they going to be able to track Sender here? Yeah, JCap's all over it. Even though he loses the engagement, the information's important. Sender can't get that second kill, so Luminosity regain control of their base, and they can once again venture out towards the middle of the map.
Yeah, Sender left really in a tough spot. Was able to find one, nothing more. Now it's E6 turn. Maybe get a couple of defensive picks and try and reestablish that mid-map control. Note Slacked behind enemy lines. He picks up a double. Cap shuts down Diabolic. Sender, last man alive. He is in a good position to defend the flag, however. It looks as if it is going to be Slack that tries to go for the ball. Cap finds him. That's all 4 down for a second, but 3 players off spawn. It's going to be tough for E6 to defend.
Slack coming in from the driveway side of the map, opening up that extra angle to set up a crossfire with his teammates inside barrels, trying to stay alive, but Abizi does wind up dropping him around the corner. JCap with the pre-fire doesn't connect. Can Formal make it happen? Yes, he can, so he picks up the kill, is able to keep this flag run going, but he spawns out over near Docks. It's going to be Diabolic. Does Formal spot him? No, he does not. And all in the meanwhile, while that's all going on, Sender found himself over towards the Luminosity base. He pulls the flag, and now this is a counter cap for Enigma6. They're going to go up 3-1.
That was such a heads-up play from Sender. He spawned a little bit out and said, you know what, I trust you, Diabolic, to pick up this kill. Let me focus on just going for the counterpull. And Formal gets a little unlucky with the direction of which he does pull that flag. Of course, right down towards Diabolic spawn. But at the end of the play, of course, it is now E6 with the 3-1 advantage. Still 20 seconds left, so plenty of time if Slack wants to try and potentially pull this flag. General has to defend momentarily, wait for his teammates to come off spawn. Diabolic's going to be the first. General drops Diabolic. Has to defend, doesn't have a nade as well. Bear that in mind. 8 seconds left. Cap's gonna shut down Diabolic, and E6 left desperately trying to defend. They don't have any extra utility. This is essentially gonna come down to General OEing off spawn. Can he find the mid-map cut and potentially go huge for E6? First point to the left, doesn't even win the gunfight. Doesn't matter. Slacked runs this one home. It's gonna be 3-2 at the half.
And General was in the right there, you know, focusing on the supporting player, right? Even if he picks up the kill on the flag carrier, the time is still left on the clock thanks to the extended stoppage time. He has to kill that supporting player before he commits onto that flag carrier. It's the right play for General to make. Unfortunately, he just doesn't win the gunfight.
And he has the time as well, right? That player has to go over in towards fire. You kill the guy in the back, essentially. Focused on the harder gunfight first. Just a little unfortunate he doesn't win it. Because of that, LG do get their second flag of the game. Still a 1 flag advantage for Enigma6. And I feel like this has been the story of the series so far. They've shown glimpses and moments where they have had the lead. They just haven't been able to hold it. LG's veteran experience maybe just be a little too much for E6.
And Luminosity in a great position now. Like I said, if you could just weather the storm when you're spawning near that bottom half of the map, you know, they're in a position where they're only down by 1 flag, not the biggest of deficits. And take a look at JCap, 8, 10, and 9. Formal also starting to heat up on a 5-3.
And I want to point out, once again, it was a BZ that straight off spawn, ran, pulled the flag, unfortunately nowhere to go this time, but it just shows his intent on just trying to pull away that LG flank, give E6 that 2-flag cushion once again. A BZ off spawn going to find Slack, trying to push over towards the useless side of the map. Ultimately, he does drop. JCap trying to do some objective work, doesn't ultimately matter. 3 players fall. It's down to Formal off spawn over at the coal side to defend his flag as Sender looks to be aggressive.
Yeah, no hesitation from Sender. Right off spawn over near the west side of the map. He wastes no time pushing on forward, now putting pressure onto Luminosity spawns, but he falls down. And now you're starting to see these E6 players start to spread out on the map. Diabolic heavily pushed up forward. He does find up 1 kill on the side. Make it 2 as he shuts down JCap. Those are big kills from the get because now it's going to buy time for his teammates who are coming up off respawn to rotate back and get uncomfortable positions on the map.
3 minutes 50 still to go. Going to capture the flag London docks, and it is of course still E6 with the 1 flag lead. BZ is going to be caught though, and Sender left scrambling back to defend his flag. Trying to pin E6 in, also blocking the spawn as well. Bear that in mind. Finds the first. That's going to be Diabolic. Slack now collapsed completely in. Abizi should be dead to rights. He doesn't know where he is. Abizi trying to just toy with them a little bit. LG, are they going to read the spawn? It ultimately doesn't even matter. The flag is home sweet home. Revan, we're all tied up 3-3.
And it was JCap making sure that nobody spawned out over near the dock side of the map. So now Luminosity, they could refocus their attention towards this main spawn of Enigma6, lurking inside fire. It's Slack no longer as he falls. John, 25 points away from earning his tier 2 streak, 50 from the tier 3. Let's see if he's able to get them.
Game slows down for John, finds the kill, and that is going to be the artillery and the fighter pilot for LG. The extra utility as he shuts down Diabolic as well. Abizi left to defend. He's also been shut down, and John finally falls. You take a look at the minimap and you see Cap wanting to be aggressive over towards barrels. He finds a pick on General. Big defensive play. But again, that extra utility LG now have really kind of favors you in this final couple of minutes.
Yeah, you just think about how impactful the artillery barrage is on a map like this. I mean, E6, their main spawn is going to be near that back bricks warehouse in the bottom right-hand corner of the minimap. You could use the artillery barrage and completely cut them off from rotating back to their flag, forcing them to overextend. And as long as you have a guy cutting off middle map, every flag pull you get while that artillery barrage is active will result in a flag cap.
Most definitely will, but can they put themselves in a position to use it effectively? That, of course, the question. E6 pushing through mid-map. Still plenty of time in this one. 2 minutes still to be played. Sender will find one. Can he find Cap as well? It would open up the lower dock side and really force LG to respect it and maybe add an extra bit of resources. You see both blue arrows spin down looking lower docks. General's going to be there as well, but he falls. Sender looking to find Formal. Ultimately doesn't matter, and Diabolic just flies at the flag. Leaves Abizi in a 1v1 with Formal, and Abizi is beaming. Nicely done, and instantly pulls the flag the correct way. Note that 2 LG players spawn lower docks. The streaks are going to have to be used. Will Abizi get into lights? Yes, he will. General's going to be shut down mid-map, so the first streak essentially useless, but you have to know he has more. Will he use them?
Yep. Now he's going to commit to fighter pilot as well. Spots Diabolic, picks up that kill, sees the respawns come in as well for Enigma6. Can't get that second kill onto Sender, but it doesn't matter. The return comes in as JCap picks up the kill, even though he falls. You still have the artillery barrage left to play here on John. Wins the engagement against Sender, and he's just looking to stay alive, maintain forward position. I think it's a little too early to call him that artillery barrage, and I think it's a good thing that he dies starting.
Saving grace right there. He ultimately falls, but if you're E6, you got 2 streaks out. You weren't obviously able to get the flag cap, but at least you got the streaks out. 60 seconds now, still a tied game. An artillery barrage still in play for Luminosity Gaming. Can they put the final nail in the coffin for this one? Take the series 3-0, or will we potentially find ourselves going to extra time?
Oh, dear God.
Cap turns, doesn't burn this time, but the artillery barrage has actually been used here, Revan.
Yep, and you see 2 players come up respawn for E6. LG, you're on a timer here. You want to be able to get a flag pull opportunity while that artillery barrage is active.
They didn't see him.
He turns around at just the wrong moment. General, he's going to play early here. Missing some shots. Formal doesn't make him pay for it, but John now with the flag in hand wins the first engagement. Now it's down to Diabolic.
Oh, John just turns around and challenges Abizi as well. John with the flag. It's basically, as you said, all down to Diabolic. And Diabolic's pulled the flag and he ran straight to Cap. Cap's going to get the return at LG with 15 seconds left. Will cap the 4th flag. John gets streaks once again, and John does just John-like things for LG. They will go ahead and take the series 3-0, but Boy, oh boy, was it a close one. E6 going to be bitterly disappointed, but for LG, a very, very well-played series.
Definitely a little bit closer there at the end than LG probably wanted, but John comes online. He's got the streaks to work with, goes out with a bang. Well played by LG. That's going to be the 3-0 for them. And I really am excited to now see how all of our open bracket teams did fare overall when we get to look at these pools top down. But Muddog, let's talk about this just a little bit. The main thing that I really want to look at with LG is their S&D. I think it is the biggest pressure point for them. They're about to be moving forward against even tougher competition now that we're starting to solidify this championship bracket. How are they going to be able to hang when it comes to S&D?
I mean, they just need to be able to work as a team, play their trades, and work from there. Search wins championships. We talk about it all the time. They're a great respawn team. Formal's going to put up numbers in those respawns. He's been playing better lately. They need to get that search game together, though.
I mean, hey, look, this one was still close. How do we think LG really does look as they move forward now out of this pool play?
I think they're looking pretty solid. I mean, we didn't even talk about the fact that they took out Team Caliber last night. I believe it was like a 3-0 series victory for them. So, like we keep saying, you know, time in and time out, every game, every series that these guys play together, they're going to get better. They're going to get more acclimated, more comfortable with each other. And, you know, they've not even close to hitting like their peak, right? They have a long road to go, but I feel like once they hit their final form, they're going to be forced to be reckoned with.
And to build on that, wasn't